Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Ptolemy of Crete. And we picked things back up a few months since the last episode. Now, a few things have happened in the meantime, but I will go over those after we have this battle with the rebel. I did want to progress the war a little bit to kind of continue things and make sure that we weren't spending too much time chasing these rebels around. It is a pretty significant rebellion here due to the fact that the Ali Sultanate did in fact join with them, but we are still able to handily defeat them. Hopefully, anyways, we have the advantage here in this battle, so let's see how it all plays out. The commander of the rebel forces here is leader Ezra ibn Ali. So you can see that he is a member of House Ali, which is presumably why they were able to get allies from the House of Ali here to assist them in this war. But they have been handily defeated in this battle by our commander here and our Marshal Helias Kalakratos, who is a very able commander, and we just absolutely crushed the rebel army. And not only that, but we crushed the Sultanate army as well. It's going to take them a little while to recover from that, so we will probably try to use that. We did siege down their capital as well. We have imprisoned his wife and his eldest son, which means when we put the claim in on their lands, we're going to start off with some war score right away. I don't think they're going to get the prisoners released here when we do this. Oh, I see. It's the Emperor here who is technically leading this war. So the Emperor is going to have to make the peace. That's unfortunate that we're not able to do it ourselves, even though it is happening in our lands. But the war is technically against the Empire as a whole, even if it is mostly within the Despotate of Egypt here. So hopefully the Emperor will end this war quite soon, and we can look into everything else here as we kind of fall into the aftermath of this war here. So he's captured the leader. That is good. We'll see what he does with him. I am actually kind of curious. But we shall see in the future. Oh, and the Sultan of Ali himself has been imprisoned. Oh, that is unfortunate for you. We'll see what happens with him. Actually, if he gets executed, this could be super good, because if he gets executed, that's going to put his son, Prince Adnan, in charge, which means if we get the claim on here and we do the war, we'll just automatically be able to win because the leader of their land will be in our prison. So we need to just wait a few days until the our sisters come to pay homage, until our conversion is done, and then we will start fabricating a claim. We just need the claim on those two duchies, and then we'll be able to usurp the title. Well, we might need to actually take this little bit of land too, so we'll see how it goes, but hopefully we will be able to do this relatively quickly. All right, so there we go. The conversion has been made. You'll see that we've got a nice little streak of Hellenism here going across, but now our most important provinces, Alexandria, Giza, and Heliopolis, have all been converted to Hellenism. That's pretty good for now. We can start fabricating claims. I'd like to probably fabricate claims on the main duchy here first, or not necessarily the main duchy, but I want to fabricate claims here on this larger duchy. It might not actually have as many. No, it's only got 2 provinces. But, you know, we can just relegate the House of Ali to the desert. I wouldn't mind having some more holdings along the coast of the Red Sea here. So we're going to relegate the House of Ali to some poor desert provinces, and we're going to take all the worthwhile land first. So we're going to let time pass now. We do, like I said, there is some things that we want to go over. I'm going to actually slow time down a little bit, so not too much happens here while that's going on. But what, oh, what's going on? Oh, I see. Yes. I was a little confused there. I was like, did the Aglabid split? No, I was just on the wrong map mode. And we got some nice money in here from our steward. That is good. So, what are the things that have happened in between the episodes? Well, unfortunately, the Wahhabids did lose their war here, as you can see. That is unfortunate, but we did recall the Wahhabids back to our land. So, you'll see that we have the Leonidas family here, Wahhabid, but it was a matrilineal marriage. So, what we've actually gone and done is bring them back. He has some claims that we're going to get to press here, and we're probably going to do so when we get the chance here against the emir of the Habalid Emirate, and probably bring Hellenism back to this region. That's something we can probably do at any time, really. We might do it soon. They don't have a lot of forces. We could probably pretty quickly win that war. So that might be something that we're going to look at right away here. We're going to disband our armies so that we can bring them all back. Yeah, Ali's going to get their forces back here, but we should still have a pretty significant advantage when we start the war against him, just due to the fact that we've got a bunch of his children in prison, including his son and heir, and one of his wives. So we just need the claims, then we can start the war, then all shall be good within the realm. Now, one of the other things that we did change, we changed the name of our daughter here from Valeria, which was kind of a placeholder name. Didn't really, think about it, just picked whichever one the game set, but I wanted to find a better name, more fitting name. And Ariadne is one of the daughters of King Minos of Crete from the ancient mythology, but also potentially historical as well. So we've decided to switch the name over here to Princess Ariadne because that was a princess of Crete and she is a princess of Crete as well. And we have also gotten her a matrilineal marriage. And I know that there's going to be people here as soon as I click on who it is who are going to be railing against me for getting her married to another character who doesn't have good traits. But you know me, I am looking more for roleplay value than just looking for characters who have the best traits. We could go and find some random commoner child who has the genius trait or something like that and get that marriage. But in this case, I feel like this is going to be more helpful from a roleplay sense and potentially from other senses as well. You'll see here that this is Prince Akakios of the Byzantine Empire. Indeed, this is the son of Basileus Aristarchus the Kind, the younger brother of the very old current emperor, Basileus Akakios the Stallion. So he is the brother of the emperor. He is technically half uncle, half great uncle to our daughter, I think. Is that how it is? Half great uncle, and yet he's younger than her. So somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think that's how this makes sense. But anyways, he is a bastard child, but he's the son of the emperor, and that is going to give an element of legitimacy to our lineage and to our daughter here, who you will remember is not necessarily going to inherit the Byzantine emperor. Her mother is going to inherit it. Certainly Despotissa Pelagia is, but the laws of the Byzantine emperor, at least as they are currently, will lead our son, Prince Alexandros, to inherit the empire upon his mother's death. Now, our wife, Despotissa Pelagia, is almost certainly going to inherit the empire at this point. Her father is 60 years old. He is infirm. He's probably going to die any moment now. He could go in the next month. He could go in the next year. His wife is 66 years old. She's not going to be having any kids. He's not going, even if he gets married, if she passed away first and he got married, because of the infirm trait, he's probably not going to have any more kids. So Pelagia, at this point, we finally secured our wife to inherit the throne. She's going to face a lot of problems because she is Hellenic, but that should be something that we can help her deal with in the future. But as I said, the laws of the Byzantine Empire are male inheritance, which should lead our son, Prince Alexandros. Now, I don't know if that's going to change when Pelagia ascends to the throne because of her Hellenic faith. We'll see if it does, but Princess Ariadne will be inheriting our lands. So the empire or the kingdom of Crete will go to her, and potentially the kingdom of Egypt if we do manage to take that. So we're trying to set her up to be in a strong position, and she's got some pretty good traits here. You'll see that she's got just, fickle, ambitious, and temperate. So she's actually got 4 traits, which I've seen happen before, but is a little bit odd. So she's going to be getting that. She is bossy. She is getting a military education. So we'll see how this all kind of plays out in her future. Now, I mean, with these traits, just and ambitious, not to mention fickle, I wouldn't be surprised if she would be the kind of thinking that if her brother inherits, that technically, according to Hellenic law, she should be the one to inherit the empire. So could lead to an interesting civil war kind of situation in the future. So she'll probably be a pretty interesting character to play, I think, in the future. But that is not for a little while. We're currently relatively healthy. Things have, well, we're poor health, so hopefully we don't die anytime soon. A powerful official in Giza recently passed away, given his prominence, his reputation for being a just and kindly figure, many more in his loss. Let's see. But his immense corruption was discovered. That is unfortunate. So a corrupt official in Giza has caused some bad things to be going on in there. Now, I did do a couple other things in the meantime. I have named us a court tutor. I have all of our children learning the Arabic language. That is good. We've got a food taster now, a Milad Wahhabid. Indeed, we've got the Wahhabid guy. He is our current food taster. We have a cupbearer. We have a court jester. I know everybody's been saying get a court jester because it'll help with your stress. And that's a good point. I never think of giving ourselves a court jester, but now we've got one. And we also have a bodyguard to prevent us from being assassinated, much like our father was. And here we go. We have an event with our court jester. It is with a glint in his eyes that my hetairai Frothy approaches me. My lord, I couldn't help but notice the fine craftsmanship of your sword of Argeus. However, only a true expert of the battlefield like myself could identify the tiny adjustments that could make it an even more effective tool of war. I tune him out when he starts rambling about symmetry, balance, and edge consumption, but I get the general gist that Frothy could improve my artifact in exchange for a symbolic token of my gratitude. Oh, well, this guy, he was actually a pretty trained smith, so this isn't a jester event. Oh, you know what? Improving the sword? It's not the weapon we're using, but it's not a bad weapon. I mean, sure. Let's see what he does with the sword. Is it already improved? Take a look. Heavy infantry toughness. So you gave it a little bit of a bonus. Yeah, that's not so bad. We'll probably give the sword of Argeus to our son here, Prince Alexandros. The rest of our items are going to get passed down to our daughter here, I believe. So, but that should be fine. I think everything should be fine in that regard. You want us to give you your son back? No, we kind of need him to have leverage over you when we go to war. So I don't think that we're going to be doing that. Sorry, Sultan of Ali. So yeah, things are relatively going pretty well. We got a new lifestyle perk. That is good. So it turns out that there is some evidence here of him being a witch. Well, that sucks for him and his religion, but it's not really that important in us. We could blackmail him. You know what? Why not? Let's blackmail him. I don't see any reason why our character would not blackmail somebody, and we can use this. Now we've got a hook on him. We can use that hook if we need it in the future. So let's take our perk here. Heart of the family, befriend. That's not so bad. Thoughtful. I wonder if there's good reason to go down the patriarch tree, or if we want to go down the diplomat tree. I feel like diplomat might, you know what? I think diplomat's going to be better. We're going to get the ducal conquest, forced vassalage, defensive negotiations. Yeah, I think this could be a lot more helpful there. So that's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, we're not finding any evidence of our father's murder in the Byzantine court. Who else would be potentially responsible? Could it be Scleros? Is Scleros... I mean, Scleros is pretty insignificant now. They do hate our dynasty, but would they have the gall to assassinate the head of our family? I don't know if they would at this point. But I wouldn't put it past somebody from the House of Ali. Obviously, there was a lot of rivalry between the House of Ali and our dynasty. Maybe they might have had something to do with this. Can we find secrets in the court of the Sultan of Egypt? Let's see. We'll see. I don't know if we're ever going to discover the murderer of our father, but we are damn well going to try. We can potentially petition our liege. It's going to give us a big boost of stress. Dismantle faction, resettle subjects. Resettle subjects is always good. It's something that we can continue to build up Alexandria into a better and better province. So we're gonna set off and do that. I didn't check if there was any danger. I'm sure it's fine. But if we take a look here, we can see that Alexandria is already one of the better provinces or counties here certainly in this region. You know, the area around Baghdad, obviously pretty developed. Mecca is pretty reasonably developed as well. Obviously Constantinople, Rome, pretty important. But we're actually equal in development to Paris, which is, I think that's relatively impressive. So if we can kind of like keep boosting it a little bit, we could definitely make this a pretty important center of civilization here. It certainly is the capital of the Egyptian or North African lands within the empire here. So we don't want to take that claim because we want to get the duchy title. It only takes 10 months, so I'm not too worried about that. We can hold the heir to the Sultanate for quite some time. We are not going to investigate the derelict ship. That is just too dangerous, obviously. Her daughter has learned Arabic. Excellent. Let us get her to learn another language. Norse, Tajik. Yeah, Iranian. That seems fine. We can get her to learn the Iranian language. Pay ransom. No. And no. We're holding on to your family for now. We'll take good care of them. Don't worry. We'll take real good care of them. Our son here needs a tutor. I don't know if we're going to do it ourselves. Actually, you know what? We'll do this ourselves. I think that makes sense. And, we'll see what kind of traits he ends up with. I don't really care if he ends up with bad traits because we're probably not going to be playing him. We're probably going to end up as Princess Ariadne. So it doesn't really matter if he has good traits or not. Danger. Sharp gusts and lingering squalls have kept the ship from tipping and rolling for hours. As I stand on the deck clutching firmly onto the mast, I see the chest carrying my despot Odysseus statue. The statue of our father has come loose. I'm too far to save it myself, but Theodesia is within reach. However, she would be at risk of falling over. Oh boy. Is our mother going to try to save. I don't think this is gonna. Oh no. Yeah, prowess challenge. She could die trying to save this. I don't think this is us trying to tell her to save it. I think that this would be our mother doing this on her own. She is a coward, though. You know, it's the statue of her husband, though. You know, who she loved. They were soulmates. It's a statue of her love. They were soulmates. I think she would just do it. But unfortunately, she fell overboard too, continuing the curse of the house of our Gaius. That is just terribly sad here. And now we're overwhelmed by stress. We are at death's doorstep. That is just great. Well, let's see what happens, I guess. Our son has learned the Arabic language. Oh, you know what? We make choices. We make our choices based on what makes sense in the story. It would have been better. Obviously, we saw what the chances are. There was almost an 80% chance that she was going to die there. And we know that we're going to get a stress hit when our mother dies. But, I mean, you heard the explanation. I think it makes sense that she would try to save the statue. And this is what happens. So, it doesn't mean we're just going to let ourselves die. Can we consume some hashish cakes? Once we get back home, if we survive long enough, we'll see. How far away are we from a curse undone? Good. Maybe we'll get some stress relief here because Duke Rigor has died. Oh. Oh, wait. No, I see. Another rebellion. Egyptian Ashari rebellion here. Then I shall meet you on the field of battle, traitor. Indeed, we shall. Let's get these armies raised up. And let's go and deal with them. Yeah, I mean, are we going to survive long enough? That's a good question. Very good question. And I believe our daughter was actually getting raised by our mother. Does she have a guardian now? Oh, no, she's being raised by Princess Sophia, who is actually a witch. I set that up because I wouldn't mind if our daughter becomes a witch herself. That's not a ill looked upon in the Hellenic faith. She's got a few friends here, which is, I think, pretty cool. So she's going to be, I think she's going to be an interesting character to play. Our daughter needs a tutor, though. I think we'll just get Romila. That's fine. I think I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, all right, let's get our forces built up. You guys can meet here in probably in Heliopolis, and then we'll go and deal with the rebels. I'm escorted into Basileus Akakios' throne room where he beckons me to approach. I apologize, but for the good of the Empire, I must refuse your request. Wait, hear me out. Let's see if we can attempt to convince him by other means. We could do a intrigue or a or ecumenical. You know what? Let's try a diplomacy challenge against them. Let's see how that goes. And he did do it. In the end, he did decide to do it. That brings us up to 23 development, which is pretty good. But yeah, are we gonna be able to make it home? We're on our way home now. If we can get home and consume the hashish cakes, we should be okay. Rare trinkets, and mine it shall be. I'll steal it. Alas, I cannot justify such reckless spending. Bejeweled scriptures. Learning per leveled devotion. You know what? That's not a terrible book. Let's buy it. As we sail towards Alexandria, the fresh air is doing wonders for my health and well-being. However, we are not also lucky. I've noticed Tiberius has been deteriorating. This is our bodyguard here. Eulalia, can you treat him? Find Tiberius support. I don't think we can wait. So I think we're going to get Eulalia to try to fix him up, and she did. She did a good job. My sister Queen Avanti is having an extramarital affair with her lover. Well, that's, you know, Kyrios will judge these sinners, I suppose. I know there's a lot of stuff going on here, but I think we should be okay. Well. Well. Despot Ptolemy of Crete has crossed the river Styx at 44 years of age. He died in his sleep. An inveterate diplomat, there was no argument he could not peacefully resolve. Despotissa Ariadne ascends to the throne, having mastered many skills she is sure to be admired by her subjects. Well, now. And she has a regent. Who is this guy? Helios Kallikratos is her regent. Interesting. We're going to pause things. That is fascinating indeed. Why are we all the way down here? That's a good question. Why we're currently down there. All right. Well, that is just totally fitting for this campaign, is it not, that our character would die at such a young age, 44 years of age. Stress did away with Ptolemy. And you know what? I tried to deal with the stress. I tried to deal with, we got ourselves that jester, but it was probably too late. But frankly, for everything that you can say about, how we have been handling stress, the fact is we have shy and paranoid. Dying of stress was almost a guarantee for this character, and that's just the way that it is. But now we're going to be playing as Despotissa Ariadne, which I think is pretty interesting. I believe we should still have all the prisoners here, so we can still get all those claims that we need in order to usurp the Egypt title. And that's actually not so bad, because our realm hasn't split up too much, but our younger sister here has inherited, unfortunately, the pretty good lands here in Heliopolis. We're probably going to need to revoke those titles, 25% chance. But we're going to want those titles back at some point here, because we really only hold Alexandria. Good thing we got that built up when we did, but we're going to need to deal with this situation. So yeah, we'll take a little look before we kind of wrap this episode up, just so you can see what the situation is here. So obviously you can see what our titles are. We've got Alexandria, which is a good province. It's going to be pretty helpful for us. We're not making a lot of money. We are, our counties have been split. Our brother Prince Alexandros here, who is potentially going to inherit the empire, especially because you can see the emperor here is just, he outlived us somehow, but I think that we won't have long left for him. So our mother is actually going to become the empress here, and that is fine. Shouldn't really pose us any problems, I don't think. But yeah, our lands have been split a little bit. Our younger sister here has inherited the Delta. She's sick, so we'll see what happens with her. There's a lot of regencies going on. Now, Helios Kallikratos, who is the regent, he's a decent man. Brave, patient, and ambitious. We'll see that ambitious trait as a regent. We'll see how that plays out. We've got 2 more years until we reach our majority. We've got good traits. I mean, just, fickle, ambitious, temperate. We are consecrated. Our stats are good. 12, 13, 11, 4. That's not great, but we're not a very good intrigue character. But everything else we're pretty decent in. We've got a few friends here, so that's always nice. Our regent, or our aunt, is going to train us to be hopefully a good witch, and she's not necessarily training us in a military education, but we should be fine anyways, because we went to the university for schooling and we got some other bonuses, I believe. So we should be okay when it comes to when it comes to that, we can't change our guardian anyways, so there's nothing we can really do about that. We will need a council here. Presumably, we're going to put Princess Sophia as our steward, and that should be pretty helpful there. We need a, let's see, we do need a, let's see. Yeah, we could probably put our cousin, I mean, we probably want to put a vassal as our chancellor, don't we? I suppose we probably do. Count Ibrahim of Siwa. He's not that great, but you know, let's do that. We'll put him in there for now. It doesn't even, he still hates us. Our Sybil is obviously going to be the High Priestess because she is much better at that. We need her to fabricate those claims. Our Marshal probably going to be where is Helias? Is he still? No, I don't think we can actually put him as the Marshal because he is our regent, presumably. So let's assign Kalanikos. And then for our spy master, we need somebody trustworthy. We're going to assign Duchess Kira of Carthage. That's a big boost. She should be able to manage that. So we're going to actually get her to disrupt schemes because I don't want to be murdered. We're pretty young. There's a high chance that somebody could attempt to do that. So we got to deal with that situation. And there's a lot of stuff to go on and look at there. But I mean, I was really hopeful that Ptolemy would last a lot longer than he did. But unfortunately, the curse of Argaeus continues on even to this day, such as it is. So this will indeed be the end of the Prince of Egypt series, but a new series will be coming at you very soon, a series that will be taking place with Despotissa Ariadne here as our next ruler. Now, are we going to let some time pass? We shall see, but keep an eye out because I am very curious to see where this playthrough is going to go. So we will probably be starting that one quite soon. But until then, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.